Welcome to day 22 of the 28 Days of Magic. If you are here from a redirection of an oracle reading, I recommend you do the whole 28 days. I'm sure you'll find it beneficial. If you're here because you're doing the 28 days and you've made it this far, congratulations. I'm 100% sure you're already seeing things different in your life from doing this. Okay, let's get to it. Okay. Before your very eyes. This world, after all our science and science is still a miracle. Wonderful, inscrutable, magical, and more to whosoever will think of it. Thomas Carlyle. 7 years ago, well, this book was done in 2012, so 20 years ago, when I first discovered the secret and the magical power of gratitude, I made a list of all my desires. It was a long list. At that time, there seemed to be no possible way my desires could come true. Nevertheless, I took my top 10 desires and I carried them with me on a piece of paper every day. Whenever I had an opportunity, I would take out my list and read through it, giving as much gratitude for each desire as I could, as though I had received it. With my number one desire, the desire I wanted more than anything else, I kept it constantly in my mind, and I would say the magic words, "thank you," for multiple times a day, and feel it as if it had come true. One by one, every desire on my list magically appeared. Can you guess the next words? Before my very eyes. As I received my desires, I would cross them off my list, and when I had new desires, I would add them to my list. One of my desires, from my original long list, was to travel to Bora Bora, near Tahiti. After spending a beautiful week at the exact place in Bora Bora, I had listed, another beautiful thing happened. I was flying to the mainland of Tahiti on my way home when the airplane stopped en route to pick up passengers. The flight had been empty, but it filled to the brim with native Tahitians, and suddenly laughter, smiling faces, and happiness that was palpable surrounded me. As I enjoyed this short flight with these beautiful people, it became crystal clear to me the reason why they were so happy. They were grateful. They were grateful to be alive. They were grateful to be on the airplane. They were grateful to be with each other. They were grateful for where they were going. They were grateful for everything. I could have stayed on that plane and traveled around the world with them. It felt so good to be with them. And then it struck me that I had just received my final desire. Bora Bora was the last desire on my original long list. And the reason I was on that plane was before my very eyes. Gratitude. I've shared this story as an inspiration for you because no matter how big your desires seem to be, you can receive them through gratitude. Even more than that, gratitude will bring a joy and happiness for life that you've never felt before, and that is truly priceless. From the time I began using gratitude and the law of attraction to the time I received my final desire on my original list was 4 years. To give you an idea of the enormousness of receiving all my desires in that amount of time, when I created my desire list, my company was $2 million in debt, and I had 2 months before I would be forced to shut it down and would lose my home and everything I owned. The money I owed on my personal credit cards was a small fortune, and yet on my desire list was to own a big house overlooking the ocean, to travel to exotic places in the world, to have paid all my debts, to expand my company, to restore every relationship to the best it could be, improve the quality of my family's life, to be 100% healthy again, and have unlimited energy and excitement for life, along with the usual list of material things. And my number one desire, which seemed like an absolute impossibility to many of the people around me, was to bring joy to millions of people through my work. The very first desire that I had received was bringing joy to millions of people through my work. The rest of my desires magically followed, and one by one, as they appeared before my very eyes, I crossed them off my list. So now it's your turn to use gratitude's magical power to make your desires appear before your very eyes. At the start of the day, take your top 10 desire list that you had created, read through each sentence and desire on your list, and for 1 minute imagine or visualize that you have received your desire. Feel as much gratitude as you can, as if you have it now. Carry your desire list with you today in your pocket. On at least 2 occasions in the day, take out your list, read through it, and feel as much gratitude for each one as you can, as though you've received it. If you want your desires to come more quickly, I would highly recommend that you carry your desire list with you in your wallet or purse from this day forward, and whenever you have time, open it up, read through it, and feel as much gratitude as you can for each one. When your desires appear before your very eyes, cross them off your list and add one more. And if you and if you're like me, each time you cross a desire off your list, you will be in tears of joy because what seemed impossible was made possible through the magical power of gratitude. It really is that magical. I can't even explain it any more than what Rhonda already did here. It really is magical to for example, when I bought the house I live in right now. I mean, I'm not even retirement age, but here I am. Like less than 2 years ago, I wrote a check for the full balance. Like how incredibly wonderful that felt. I can't even explain it to you. You there's no words to explain how that felt. When only seriously 5 years ago, I was in the middle of a renovation that I took on by myself and struggling from week to week, working my butt off in my company. I did drywall, so that's a hard job just to begin with. I come home late after 10 hours, easily 10 hours every day, and have a bite to eat and get to work on my house. Like, and struggling, literally, like counting pennies, digging change out of my couch if I had to, and the coffee change in my truck and stuff, just trying to get enough for my mortgage payment every month. Like, and here I am today, almost 2 years I've been here now. And the most incredible feeling was to write that check for the full amount for this house. You can do it. If I can do it, single mom working her butt off, if I can do that, there's no excuse. You can do it. And literally, it was all done just by holding gratitude in my heart for everything that I had. Like, thank God for my truck. Thank God for the job. Thank God for the tools that made my job easier. Thank God for it didn't matter. I thank God I made it to my destination without a hitch today. Like, thank God I had $1.20 for my coffee this morning. Like, it really is that simple. You just have to continually and make it habitual to have gratitude in your heart for everything. And then anything that comes to you, like more gratitude in your heart is, it just attracts more reasons to be grateful. So, Magic Practice 22. Obviously, you do number 1, from the beginning. Count your blessings. Make a list of 10 blessings. Write why you're grateful. Reread your list. And at the end of each blessing, say thank you, thank you, thank you. And feel it. Feel that gratitude for the blessing as much as you can. Okay? At the start of the day, take your top 10 desire list that you had created. I forget what day that was, but basically it's like count your blessings, but your top 10 desires. What do you want? Okay? And read through each sentence and desire on your list for 1 minute. Imagine or visualize that you have received your desires. Feel as much gratitude as you can, as if you already have it. Okay? So you got 10 of them and you want a minute on each one. So you're looking at a 10-minute investment. How much easier can it get? It's free to write it down. It's 10-minute investment of your time, but you have to really be in that moment, be doing it, feel it, close your eyes and imagine as if you're already in that car or riding that horse or uh, whatever. It doesn't matter. Writing that check for that house, right? Like, it doesn't matter what it is. Just spend that 10 minutes, okay? And carry that desire list with you today in your pocket. Carry it with you every day, my recommendation, and hers too. And at least 2 times in the day, take out your list, read through it, and feel as much gratitude as you can. So 2 more times in your day, spend that 10 minutes. So over the course of that full day, it's 30 minutes in 10-minute intervals. So like in the morning, at lunchtime, and then when you get home at night, right? Or while you're waiting in line at the bank, or while you're waiting in line in the drive-through for your coffee. Okay, it doesn't matter when you do it. You could do it as many times as possible. That just makes that energy even more. Okay, and then just before you go to sleep, hold that magic rock in your hand and say the magic words, thank you, for the best thing that happened to you during that day. All right, these things seem so insignificant, but you have no idea the importance of these things, because as that frequency, as you're feeling those emotions, emotions are energy in motion. Okay, it's energy. We are all energy. So when you feel the emotions of actually having those things that you want, as if you already have it, think for a moment. If I had that, what would it feel like? However you think that answer is, you got to feel it first. Feel that. Feel the gratitude for feeling that. And that puts that energy out to the universe. It radiates off of you, and matching electronic, because we are all energy. So matching energy is attracted to you. So people, places, things that match that energy will become part of your experience, and that's what will lead you to getting these, whatever your desires are that you wrote down. Okay, it really is that simple. And the tiniest little adjustment in your day, 10 minutes here, 30 in total, but I usually do it a lot more. I don't even have to pull out the list anymore. You just stand for a moment and, oh, wouldn't it be great to, it's a game, wouldn't it be great to have this house? Wouldn't it be great to have this car? Wouldn't it be great to, and just imagine yourself in whatever it is, or having or experiencing whatever it is that's on that list. All right. So that was magic practice number 22. And that is also the end of the part 2 of the 28 days. So the next one, we are going to, the next 6 days, we are going to supercharge your attraction factor. And boy, oh boy, I can't wait. I want you guys to comment if you're experiencing things happening now that you've reached to day 22, if you're starting to notice that things are starting to magnetize towards you and you don't even have to think about stuff and it just happens, or if some of these techniques are becoming habitual, because that's the whole idea. The gratitude has to be habitual. You don't even think about it anymore. It just happens. You just naturally do it, because the more natural it is for you, the more genuine the gratitude is, and the more strength is behind that magnetic field that you're putting out. All right. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow on day 23. Have a wonderful, blessed day.